Page 3. On Planet Peach, Coca leaves Narco's palace and is harassed by blue hyenas, who are now like the hyen equivalent of police officers because Narco put them in this position after becoming king. Coca goes to his home where he is greeted by his only lover Beth. Elsewhere on Planet Peach, Sega is having sex with a red female hyen, who sets him up to be ambushed and killed by two red male hyens, but Maru shows up and helps him fight them. Looks like you got yourself into some serious trouble, huh, Sega? This is what happens when you men think with your genitals, spoke the robot hand having female hyen. It's good to see you too, Maru, responded Sega jokingly. He hadn't seen the tough female hyen in over a year. Hey, let go of my wrist and get back in the damn kitchen, woman. This is a man's business, voiced one of the red hyens. Maru became offended, but she did release the red hyen and his partner after she pulled him all the way up to her and kicked him back out of the sky. The red hyen fell to the ground and stood up with anger. Oh, you're going to pay for that cheap shot, he declared before immediately flying back into the sky to battle the female hyen while Sega confronted the other red hyen. Let's see how big and bad you are without your buddy. The red hyen snarled at Sega. The red hyen nearly propelled himself over to Sega and started throwing left and right punches at him with super warp speed, but the green hyen evaded every blow his opponent threw until the red hyen saw an opening and sent one powerful punch to his gut, inflicting enough pain to temporarily stun Sega while the red hyen quickly delivered another punch, hitting him square in the face so hard that he was sent flying away. The red hyen quickly flew to Sega with two more punches that the green hyen dodged by leaning side to side and trapping both of his opponent's arms underneath his own to prevent an escape while Sega leaned back, and Falcon kicked him in the chest, seriously hurting the red hyen as the powerful kick launched him backwards, sending the red hyen crashing jaw first right into the green fist of Sega, who had swiftly teleported there with his knuckle extended. Feeling like his jaw was broken, the red hyen tried to retaliate with a thrusting elbow, but Sega caught it and tried to knee him, but the red hyen blocked it with his own knee, causing a universe-shaking shockwave when their knees collided, and before they knew it, their limbs became tangled together as they spun around constantly while trying to land elbows and knees on one another but constantly missing. Their elbowing and kneeing scuffle eventually ended with both of them punching each other in the face so hard that they were knocked away from one another. When they recovered, the red hyen started constantly firing yellow energy balls at Sega, who flew away from the blasts while flying around the red hyens. Hey, wanna hear a joke? Offered the green hyen. Why will you lose this fight? Because you're about to get hit by your own attacks, he then said. Huh? Responded the red hyen while coming to a sudden halt, and then realizing that he was completely surrounded by all of the energy balls he had released. Oh shit! He panicked before all of the energy balls exploded on him. When the smoke cleared, the red hyen was badly burnt and hurt as he went unconscious. Meanwhile, up in the sky, Maru and the other red hyen went blow for blow, trading punches non-stop at ridiculous speeds before they collided with a high kick that shook the entire universe. But in no time, the female hyen sent her other leg swinging towards him and landed a roundhouse kick to his ribs, almost breaking them. The powerful leg blow hurled him 50 yards away. The red hyen was surprised. He had never met a female hyen that could fight so well and was so strong. Maru powered up and zipped over to the red hyen, who attempted to punch her, but she dodged by leaping over him and slamming her leg down on his head with an axe kick, which sent him rocketing down from the sky with a sore head. When his body made it close to the ground, he recovered and stopped himself from crashing. After that, Maru constantly tried to strike him with her extremely long energy rope, but he kept backflipping out of the way until she stopped. Then he fired a wave of ki from each hand at her. Maru quickly put away her energy ropes and easily deflected both of the energy waves, shocking the red hyen. With full speed, he teleported over to her and punched her in the face as hard as he could, but Maru wasn't that fazed by his hit. She punched him back even harder with her robot hand, knocking him 100 feet away. Maru immediately caught up to the red hyen and started rapidly pummeling him with her fists until she got tired and delivered one last powerful punch to his stomach using her robotic hand that created a giant ball of green energy. Hi-ya! yelled Maru, blasting the red Haiyan into the other red Haiyan, who was about to regain his consciousness until the giant energy ball exploded. When the smoke cleared, both red Haiyans were unconscious and badly beat up while laying side by side in a large crater. Maru flipped her head tails with triumphancy. That'll teach that no good man to never underestimate me or any other woman. Siga finished catching his breath while Maru landed in front of him. Just like old times, huh, Maru? He called out with a smile. I'll say. All we're missing is Narco, and this would definitely feel like the good old times, or should I say, the worst days of my life. Fuck you, responded Maru. Her last phrase made Siga blush, and wanted to ask her something. Speaking of which, I know I have already asked you this before, and you rejected me, but just in case you changed your mind, Maru, would you be interested in becoming my next lover? Maru became infuriated and snapped on him. Have you learned nothing today about being a womanizer? Ugh. With that being said, the female Haiyan angrily took off flying. So is that a yes? Siga eventually called out. Page over.